name is Rebecca, you're watching Rebecca's channel, and welcome to another episode of the history of Diabolik Lovers. In today's episode, we are going to be talking about Subaru Sakamaki. I know I probably am pronouncing his name properly, so I do apologise on that, because everyone will get on at me in the comments down below how I'm not pronouncing his name right, so I just want to FYI that out there that I apologise if I'm pronouncing Subaru's name wrong. Okay. If you are new here, I have a series on my channel called The History of Diabolik Lovers, where I go into detail and talk about each and every Diabolik Lover character in the franchise. So if you haven't already seen my playlist, then you should totally go check it out before watching this video. I will leave it in my description box down below for you. I have already done Laito, Ayato and Shu, and if you want to see the juicy gossip behind them, then I will leave it all in the description box down below for you. But before we get into this video, please subscribe to the channel. I post on a Wednesday and I also post on a Sunday. I do anime stuff and just kind of random stuff in my life, so if you're into that, please subscribe to the channel. Also, if you want to follow me on my social media, I do have an Instagram account, and if you want to follow me there, then I will leave it in the description box down below for you. Also, I forgot to say that all of the information in this video is coming from the Diabolik Lover wiki, so if you want to find out more about this character, I will leave it in the description box down below, so please go and check them out and give them some love. Thank you. Okay, so let's get into the video and talk about Subaru Sakamaki. Subaru was born on November the 4th and he is 16 years old. He is also the 6th member of the Sakamaki household, which means he is the youngest Sakamaki boy in the household because he's only 16 years old. His father is the vampire daddy king himself, Karl Heinz, and his mother is Krista, we'll go Krista, and he is the only son of Krista, and Krista is also Karl Heinz's third wife, because we all know Karl Heinz is getting some. So let's go into his personality. So Subaru is known as a loner. He is usually on his own and he doesn't really care what happened to things basically around him. He won't get involved, he'll just leave it. He can't be bothered dealing with it, he'll just leave it for someone else really. He's also the silent type and he likes to sleep in a coffin. Due to his bad upbringing, he often is quite violent and gets quite angry a lot of the time. If somebody snaps at him, he'll just go into like violent mode, and that is due to the stuff that happened in his past. And because of this, he also will break anything in his path, aka Wall Senpai, because we all know Subaru and his wall have a true relationship. He also has a tsundere side, which only Yui can apparently see. His mother always described Subaru as a gentle and sweet boy, as we can see by the anime. And the main reason for him to snap from being a sweet innocent boy was again because of the history and stuff that he had to deal with in his childhood, which we will get onto. So let's go into Subaru's childhood. So when we're talking about his childhood, there's a lot of things that happen with Karl Heinz and his mother. So basically Karl Heinz and Subaru's mother basically had an incest relationship. So they were actually related. And Karl Heinz's motive was he wanted to have an incest born kid with her, which was basically his experiment really. This caused Subaru's mother to struggle between hating and loving him and became mentally ill. You would become mentally ill if your cousin's basically asking you, because they are cousins, asking you to have a kid with them because he wants to experiment on some weird messed up thing. Yeah. So that basically relates why Subaru's mother got ill. But again, anyway, cousins basically had Subaru. That's basically what it is. So let's go into Subaru himself and talk about that now. So, because of Subaru's mother being mentally unstable, this made him have a bad upbringing as a child. She would call him filthy and ask him to kill her. Which, by the way, he's probably like 6 years old and she's asking him to to kill her. Which, by the way, if you're putting that into any 6-year-old kid to do that, then that's absolutely awful and you shouldn't be doing that anyway. But again, this is an anime series. But like, what? She also even tried to harm Subaru herself because of her mental state. And even giving him a silver knife that can kill vampires, as we all know in the anime. He grew up thinking that he was a filthy, unwanted vampire and nobody cared about him. At first, he thought this was all Carol Heinz's fault, that his mother is so mentally ill. But when Subaru tried to protect her from Carol Heinz, she actually snapped at him and ran into Carol Heinz's arms, which basically only shocked Subaru because, again, his mother basically twisted his mind in thinking that he was a bad guy, but really his mother is just messed up. This basically caused him to have bad trust issues with other females, like Yui. And after this, it basically made him think that it was all his fault, that his mother was like this way, and the only person that his mother actually hated was him himself. And Subaru, you should not be thinking that. Your mother is mentally ill and thinking, if she's gonna hate you, then that's awful. She should be loving you and caring for you, not asking you to just mentally do outrageous things because she is mental. So I give props to the boy because that's awful. And this is why he vets his anger and stuff and destroys things, because of how he was brought up. But overall, his relationship is actually quite complicated with his mother, and that is basically his backstory. So let's go into his traits. So Subaru at school is a loner and he does not have any friends. He is a tsundere. He is also left-handed. He got punished by being thrown into the sea when he destroyed a statue of his father. He thinks Shu is his favourite brother and he likes Kanato's singing. So there you go, that was the history of Subaru Sakamaki. If you do want to find more and research more yourself, because there was a lot of things that I didn't talk about his backstory in this, so if you do want to look that up, I'll leave the links to that just down below for the Diabolik Lover fandom wiki. I'll leave it all there for you below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I hope everyone is enjoying this series as much as I am making it. And anyway guys, I'm going to end this video off here. Thank you guys so much for watching another video on the channel, and remember guys, don't be scared to be a different. Bye everyone!